Welcome to LivingLifeDyingDeath.com, the place for healthy conversations about death and dying. I'm Jennifer Collins-Taylor, and today I'm joined by Michael Liebman. Welcome.
Thank you, Jen.
I really appreciate you coming and doing a video blog today with me.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. I was wondering if you would start by just sharing a story of death or dying from your life, your personal experiences.
Well, the story that stands out for me this year the most is, or recently, is two important things this year. My dad died in May, and my dad and I had not ever been very close.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. And through the dying process, we had a few moments, his last moments, I think, of consciousness, where there was some attempt at a reconnection or an affection between the two of us that I think we both felt. We both worked hard at it. I'm not so sure somebody from the outside would see that, but since I knew him and he knew me, we could tell that what we were doing was kind of out of character in a good way from the relationship we've had.
Sounds like a true connection.
It was a true connection, and one that we both had to work very hard at. He was right on the verge. I think that was when he closed his eyes after that conversation. I think that was the last time his eyes had been opened. I think he died like the next day. So that was pretty meaningful. And this year, I'm also the same age as my mother's age was when she died, and that was about 30 years ago.
Okay.
And so that's been an interesting experience to try and imagine what it was like to be that age back then and then to be that age now, thinking that this is the age she was when she passed. That's been really much more profound for me this year than actually the death of my father. It's just interesting that both of those things coincided at the same time.
So it gives you a lot to think about, it sounds
It does. A lot of good things really to think about.
Are you afraid to die?
I am afraid. I feel, I don't know, apprehensive about it, I guess. I have, it's a lot of mystery in my own mind about what that's like. A lot of my fears do with my kids and their lives and the life that I've created, and the fact that, I'm not going to be here for, after I leave, that, that part of it is gone, and, I just have enjoyed so much just watching my family unfold in the way it does, and
the relationships with your children and
all of those things are so great, and I think of it like finishing a great book, like a great novel.
Okay.
I know when I'm finishing a good novel, as I get near the last chapter, I really want to slow down, and I start to feel like I'm losing a great friend, as I get closer to the end of the book, and really want it to finish in a good way, but also don't want it to finish.
I hear a sadness.
Yeah, and that's what I feel. A big, like a loss of everything that's meant so much to me, and that, I think that's my fear. Is not, I know that's my fear. It's more, I don't fear death per se. I just fear the end of life, and that feels stronger for me. I think that's a more accurate.
So the
way to
dying
say it.
process is, and the unknowing of how that might transpire has some fear and anxiety for you?
It does, and the letting go, saying goodbye to my kids, and saying goodbye to my life. I really feel good about my life and the energy I've put into it, the things that have happened. And
well, that's a great segue, because the next question is, what is your philosophy of life? What brings meaning to your life, and what are you passionate about? Because I know you really do take each day and enjoy it. You've got a great sense of humor, which is something I really enjoy.
Thank you. I think for me, life is a very creative experience. I think of it as almost like a painting or an art form, and every day you're creating that and modifying or fine tuning it in a way so that it is something that you can stand back and take a look at and feel good about. And
whether you want to kind of do over some days, or
or some days you want to kind of paint the whole canvas down and start again.
That's very honest.
And I've had those years too, and that's
Years.
exactly what I've done. But I do feel it that way. I feel it's a way of really being yourself and expressing yourself through your relationships, through your work, through how you spend every day and the kinds of legacies you're going to leave, And I think it is a
Nice.
creative experience, and I'm excited about that, and I think it's a very dynamic process, or at least I try to make it a very dynamic process. Hopefully other people see it that way too. And I think that's one of the reasons that I feel, apprehensive about things winding down, because it's been pretty full, and I feel proud of the way things have gone for the most part. There's always a few regrets, but not too many. And so I think it's been a good experience, and I'm reluctant to see it come to an end, just like that book I was talking about a few moments ago.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing all those experiences and ideas and your your feelings. It's not easy to do necessarily. But
Well, thanks. It's been a pleasure to be with you today.
thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.